Hi, I'm Martin and welcome to Upgrade Your Day, the podcast.
I was studying clinical nutrition, so I've always had an interest in fruit and vegetables and healthy eating.
Do you know why I came in here today? Because I wanted the tomatoes. So I love a really good tomato tart. So I think that's what we're going to make.
I am in Eton, which is next to Windsor, in the lovely county of Berkshire. This is my home, this is where I live, and today we are on location. Oh yes, I'm just walking up through the High Street, about to go and have a lovely chat to Anne-Marie at the Eton Pantry. She's a lovely friend of mine. She opened the pantry up about a couple of months ago, about a month ago, and we're going to have a chat all about food and being a local shop owner and how it's going, basically. So this is a way to upgrade your day with food, and I love my food. So let's go and have a chat to Anne-Marie. I'm just getting up to the good morning. How are you? You all right? Are you ready? So I am here in the lovely Eton Pantry with Anne-Marie. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, you are a little bit tired because, we should point out, first of all, we are on the High Street. The door's open because it's nice to have a shop with the door open, people coming in and out. So if there's any noise, it's because we are on location, Anne-Marie.
We are, I'm Anna Maria.
Why am I calling you Anne-Marie? Oh, that's Anne-Marie from the theatre. Well, you've got a customer. As soon as we start, this is what happens. You do whatever you need to do. I'm just going to hover here, look at like I'm actually doing something. She's got a customer. It's very important that she gets that money in that till as a local shop owner. I'm just going to hover by the strawberries, looking like a strawberry stalker. So is that your first customer of the day?
It is not.
Oh no!
I've had about four customers.
Four customers. Well, we're liking that. That's nice and busy. Now, Sandra, I was going to say.
Okay, Jeremy.
Anna Maria. It's a lovely name, that, actually, Anna Maria.
Thank you.
It's nice, isn't it? It rhymes nice. It's nice to say Anna Maria.
And with my Italian goods.
And your Italian goods, it fits perfectly.
Yes.
So, just to explain a little bit then. So, how long have you been here on the High Street?
We've only been here since December. Sorry, I'm doing that again. You'll have to edit.
I can edit away, don't you worry at all. I'm very good at editing. Somebody swore like a trooper, but you wouldn't know it. I was cutting that out to yes, I had to put a few bleeps in, but the rest I was like, I can't keep bleeping. The whole podcast is bleeping. I won't tell you who it was. You'll have to guess. And it won't be the person you expect it to be, I tell you. Don't you worry, I've got a bleeping machine at the ready, darling. So you're here since December.
Yes.
And it was a dog shop, wasn't it? It was like a little dog bits and bob shop and boutique. And then you took it over in December. What was your reason behind it then? What were you thinking? She's gone silent.
Can I go, because that is the reason.
I mean, it is quite a big thing to do, isn't it? To open a shop. We all like the idea. My husband is desperate to open a little shop to sell little things.
He can come in here.
Yes. He hasn't thought it through at all. It's kind of like a nice idea, but actually, it's not easy, is it?
It's not easy. It is. It's more of a vocation, I think, than a career.
Yes.
Well, it's never a career, is it, if you open a shop?
No, it's tough.
And it's endless. 7 days a week, 24/7.
Yeah. But why did you decide in this lovely fruit and veg shop, which, I mean, I'll put some pictures on my social media, but it's absolutely beautiful. I should explain to people that aren't local, it's a small shop and you've got a lot in here for a small shop, and you've got all the lovely wooden baskets full of straw, and I mean, let's have a little look. I mean, you've got, let's see how good I am at my fruit and veg, because I'm not great at things like this, but you've got red onions, white onions, you've got celery, you've got leeks, parsnips, and what are they there? Candy
beetroot, golden beetroot.
Hang on, so what's candy beetroot compared to beetroot?
So it doesn't stain your teeth, for one.
Oh.
And you can eat it raw or cooked, and it'll look like a candy stripe on the inside when you cut it.
You're joking. No. Right, I'll put one of them in my basket. I'm going to take that home.
Like a large one?
Yeah, I'm going to try that. That sounds raw, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to take one of them. That's lovely. I never knew about that. We've got sweet potato. We've got cauliflowers. We've got potatoes, lovely big baking potatoes, which I adore. Tomatoes, oranges. What are those again?
Plums.
What?
Plums.
Plums, that's it, yes. We've got peppers. We've got loads of little cherry tomatoes, one of my favourites. Red grapes, green grapes, beans, ginger, cucumber. You have that's fennel, isn't it?
Yes.
Fennel. Now, fennel is something that I always want to do things with, but I never quite know what to do with fennel.
We can give you a recipe if you like.
See, and they give away recipes. This is the perfect shop. It is literally the perfect shop. Fennel. We need to think about fennel, and that's purple sprouting. Oh no, is it? Oh, it is. It was purple, that's all I know. But also what I love about this shop is you've also got, we have a coffee machine, so you can come and grab a coffee and do your little shop.
Yep.
And you've got sweets for kids. You've got all this lovely bits and bobs, lots of Italian pasta and sauces and these baskets. Tell me about them up here.
They're hampers, which we can make to order. They're personalised by moi.
Oh.
And we sold a lot of them over Christmas. And you can basically fill them with either our bath range and body range or your food range.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they're absolutely lovely, because what you do have here as well is a lovely little collection of hand washes. And I should say, which is the one that we've got, the Whiskey and Honey.
Yep.
Because I'm a big whiskey fan. Whiskey and Honey hand and body organic lotion. That's from the Highland Soap Co. And I've also got one of the hand creams to go with it. It's absolutely lovely. It's absolutely lovely. It's a little treat for myself at Christmas to drink whiskey and to put whiskey on your hands. You can't go wrong, really, can you? That sounds so wrong, doesn't it? But
just don't drink the hand cream.
Yes, no, don't do it the other way around. Don't put pure whiskey on your hand. That would just be ridiculous.
What a waste.
What a waste, yeah. So just going back to the reason why you opened a pantry like this, what was the reason behind it?
I was studying clinical nutrition, so I've always had an interest in food and vegetables and fruit. Yeah. Well, fruit and vegetables,
yeah.
And healthy eating.
Because before you did this, you worked for the NHS, didn't you?
I did, as a secretary to the consultants.
And then you decided to give that up and open up a pantry.
I really love it. It's a passion.
That's lovely. I think to open a shop, which is a passion, is a lovely thing to do. And you'll definitely make it work, because I think it's just such a great thing to have on your doorstep, because I think we're going the opposite way now, aren't we? Where everybody sort of rushed to the supermarkets to get everything, and now actually we're starting to go back to independent shops to get our little different bits and bobs, if we're lucky enough to be in an area that has independent shops.
Yeah, and I'm surprised, because our customer sort of cohort are actually youngsters who don't want to shop in supermarkets anymore.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it would cater more for old folk who wouldn't be able to get out to supermarkets, but it's the other way around.
How funny. And I think also with I'm a big fan of many musical artists, but of course now, whenever anybody releases a new album, it's not just the Spotify version or the digital. They're selling the vinyl, coloured vinyl, the tapes. People want to actually own something, don't they? Have a piece of whatever it may be. And I think that's why I wouldn't be surprised if sooner or later record shops actually make a bit of a comeback.
That might be an opening for you, Martin. Next shop.
All I'd said is Jessie Ware and Sophie Ellis-Bextor. That would be it. It would just be a shop with those two amazing artists, I might add.
And her gin.
Yes, and Sophie Ellis-Bextor's gin. Let's do a plug for that as well while we're at it. Yeah, well, that's lovely, that gin. Anyway, off track. So you've got this lovely shop. You're doing your lovely thing. Oh, we've got another customer. It's getting very exciting. This is definitely a Saturday morning action. We've got this lovely customer in here today. It's going to be a new customer for Anna Maria. And because this is about food, let me just ask you while we've got a chance. If you could upgrade your day with food, tell me, what would you cook tonight to give your day an upgrade? What would be the ultimate meal for you?
Oh, well, it's got to be something a little bit extra special that I haven't had time to sort out in the week. I can give it a bit more thought. It's a Saturday, so I can mosey around the local little shop, pick up a new ingredient that I haven't picked up before. I can ask Anna Maria for a suggestion about what it can go well with. And I think I'd quite like to look up and try a new Italian recipe in particular. That would be delicious.
Right, we've got an Italian customer here. Anna Maria, what would you suggest for tonight on a Saturday night? What would you suggest?
Maybe a delicious prawn linguine.
I think you have. Have you been speaking to my daughter? Because that is exactly her number one dish. Odd for a 9-year-old, prawn linguine. It has to be that. And I have to tell my son it's chicken and spaghetti, otherwise he won't have it.
Nice.
But that sounds like exactly what I need.
Exactly. We like that. A prawn linguine. That is anybody listening to this podcast, we're thinking, I haven't had that for a long time. We're done. You're sorted.
Done.
And what about a dessert? What would be your favourite dessert if you could have one? If I could say to you right now to upgrade your day, here is your most favourite dessert of all time. Life's short. Enjoy it.
It's got to be something full fat, a bit of fruit, a bit of everything in there. Let's go with pavlova. Yes, exactly that. Bit of berries, bit of compote, everything in there. Failing that, go for a tiramisu, still full of cream and still feeling a bit naughty but sophisticated, a bit boozy as well.
But are you a custard or a cream person?
It depends what I'm eating, but it tends to be cream.
Yeah. Nice treat, cream, definitely. If there was a meal that you could have right now that would upgrade your day, give you the best day ever, what meal would it be? What's your favourite food?
Do you know why I came in here today? Because I wanted the tomatoes. So I love a really good tomato tart. So I think that's what we're going to make.
Hang on, a tomato tart? As in like pastry and...
Yeah, amazing. I first had it at the Pig in Studland.
Yeah.
And it's because they use the Isle of Wight tomatoes and it's amazing. So tonight we'll be having a tomato tart with these lovely tomatoes here.
Well, I should be going home and Googling that because I've never heard of a tomato tart before.
Yeah. Quality tomatoes.
Thanks for that. So, Dylan, another customer here this morning, if there was any food you could eat right now to upgrade your day, what would it be?
The bananas look delicious, to be fair. Love the look of those bananas.
How about a little banoffee pie?
Oh, good banoffee pie. Slightly warmed with a bit of cream.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing beats that.
There's going to be a lot of pies going on in your house tonight, I think.
I'm going to make an abelkage.
Oh, what's that?
It's a Danish trifle. So you stew apples, and then you toast some breadcrumbs, and then you layer it with a bit of whipped cream on top, and it's delicious.
Well, I think I should be around at yours for 6:30. I'm looking forward to that.
There'll be some, don't you mind. There'll be some.
And so now, bizarrely enough, my husband has just popped in to get our fruit. This is what's so great about having a little local shop. Hello, husband. Are you okay?
Hello, people. How are you today? I'm in for my groceries.
Getting your groceries. Now, listen, I need to ask you, because I've been asking other people that have been coming in, if there was the perfect meal to upgrade your day, what would it be right now?
Perfect meal.
Yeah.
Oh, vegetarian lasagna and garlic bread.
Oh, that's very, very descriptive. Vegetarian lasagna and garlic bread. Well, what's great about this shop is it's full of Italian food, so you might be good there. Now, husband, what are you getting for us today?
Today we're getting some pears and we're going to get some apples and maybe some grapes.
Okay, so we're going fruit today.
What would your favourite food be, Martin?
I'm asking myself that. Do you know what? I think today I'm looking at this fennel thinking I want to try roasted fennel. I don't think I've ever done that, and I think fennel should be the new thing. And maybe, from what other people are saying, it should be roasted fennel tart. Ooh. Should we get some? Let's get some. A roasted fennel tart. I'm going to Google that and see if that's a thing as well. Lovely, look at that. This is a great day for Anna Maria. The till is beeping away, people are in and out. It's not a great day to record a podcast, but I kind of like that it's just busy. This is what life's about, right? Nothing's ever perfect, so we're grabbing a word whenever we can.
Thank you very much for your assistance.
Thank you, kind sir, husband. Go and walk the dogs. Yes. It's all right.
Thank
then.
you very
Bye.
much. Bye.
Bye. He'll do anything he can to get on this podcast. I tell you.
Bring him back.
I probably should do a podcast with him, shouldn't I?
I think you ought to. It's
That
a must. In fact, he should have been your first one.
He probably should have done, actually. I mean, since I've had my mindfulness practice, I have changed a lot. We probably should talk about that, but then again, maybe we don't need to. If I asked you your favourite meal to upgrade your day, what would be your favourite meal right now if I could give it to you on a plate?
Okay, I will go for pasta with some...
I like the way you're looking around the shop. You're trying to do the best way to sell the shop, aren't you?
I will ask the shop owner to just give me some advice about how to make a pasta meal, and hopefully I can get all the stuff I need in the shop.
Anna Maria, advice, go for it.
I think it has to be a nice arrabbiata sauce, or maybe something with olives and capers, tomato.
How's that sounding for you?
That sounds very exciting, Martin.
Sold. You see, we're making meals come true here today. I mean, it's great, isn't it? Because, like I say, those lovely people came in. I had a little chat with them. Nobody minded chatting. It's such a nice environment in this shop. And I think that's what's happening with our little communities. Places like you are getting people out and about and mixing and mingling. Even in that, like, 5-10 minutes, we were all having a lovely chat. Some of it I'll probably cut out because we went on forever. But isn't it lovely that you've got that community going on?
It is lovely. And I do love the customers.
But so what do you do? So you get up very early in the morning, don't you, to go and do a run?
I don't go to bed.
Right.
I ring in my order ahead of time. We've got 2 lovely suppliers, fresh fruit, fresh vegetables.
Vegetables.
Yes. He's been in the trade for 54 years. Started off in Covent Garden.
Wow.
And all around London. They know it really well, and they give me really good advice about which vegetables not to stock and which ones to stock, and which fruit to going to be selling and which probably won't, and which have the best flavour.
Are the markets crazy in the morning? Because I'm sure I've seen programmes where everyone's running around shouting, or is that just a myth? These sort of midnight markets.
Yeah, it is a busy market. And lots of lorries and forklift trucks, things like that, going around all the time. Not so many shoppers, because I think people tend to order their deliveries and have them delivered to their shops. But Isabella and I collect the produce ourselves.
Yeah.
So we're busy. We get there for around midnight and we're home by about 3 a.m.
Oh, midnight. I mean, actually, I guess leaving... What time do you leave here? About 11:30?
Yes.
Like so to get there for midnight... That's not so bad. I guess it's just like being out on the town, but not really, but being surrounded by fruit and veg.
You could say that. And you can't even have a drink.
No, you're just having a coffee.
Yes.
I think that's quite exciting. I really will. Myself and me hubby will come along one night. Well, I think it'd be really interesting.
I think you need to come along.
Yeah.
And don't just say it for your podcast.
No. In a few podcasts' time, I'll talk about this and we'll see what happens. Do they do sort of fish and meat and everything like that as well, or is it just...
No, it's just fruit and vegetable.
Right.
But the other side of the market, they've got air freighted produce. So that's more like dry goods, pulses. They used to do flowers, but they don't anymore.
Right.
So Smithfield and Billingsgate are still the meat and fish markets.
Oh, of course, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's very famous, isn't it?
Absolutely.
What's your opening times here? You're open, is it sort of Monday to Sunday or?
Monday to Saturday.
Monday to Saturday.
Is technically a day off, but not really.
No.
And our opening at times are 10:30 till 6.
Oh, that's nice. So there's a nice bit of gap if people finish work at 5, they can still come in and pop and get their bits.
That's the theory, but having said that, now that the locals know where we live, we do have people raiding for Brussels sprouts occasionally.
Yes, yes, we do. I was desperate. I can't tell the story. Can I tell the story?
You can.
I was desperate for Brussels sprouts. I mean, I am a big Brussels sprout fan, and I don't think you had any, but you'd obviously got rid of some that started to go off, so obviously you couldn't sell them. And so I might have walked past and said, where are those ones that have slightly gone off? Like, well, they're around the back. If you want to help yourself, you can, but they are thrown out for the rubbish. Well, I was in there digging around trying to pick out the best Brussels sprouts that I could. But you know what? You take off those little few leaves and they were absolutely fine, you know? It's kind of like, if ever you need any, if ever you've got anything you're throwing out, maybe call me first. I'll come for a little rummage. It's perfect. But actually talking about that, I mean, like this shop is absolutely full to the rim. What about wastage? What do you do with regards to things that might be starting to turn but is still okay to eat?
We fortunately haven't got a lot of wastage, but we do have a chap who sometimes collects for the local food bank, which
amazing.
Most of the produce that they collect for food banks, I don't know whether you know, but they're canned goods and dry goods, but he's actually got a food bank which he delivers to, which takes fresh goods.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And the rest of it we give to the local stables.
Yes.
The farm animals.
Of course.
And I eat a lot of the gone over veg. It's a bit like the old builder thing that, you know, if you're a builder, your house is probably in disrepair.
Right,
so
yeah.
If you're a greengrocer, you're probably eating all the rotten vegetables.
Or your neighbour is from nicking it around the back.
That's what neighbours are for.
Yeah, exactly. That is so true. And what do you think? I mean, obviously now we're going into spring and summer. This is 2023. If anybody's listening to this at any other time, we're going into spring 2023. Do you think you're going to start doing different food, or do you think this is how the shop will be?
We have got a vision for the shop. So
Ooh.
I've applied for an alcohol licence
Uh-oh.
to do craft gins and small batch wines.
Yeah.
Not which you'd buy. Oh, sorry, I keep going, but
That's right.
so small wines, small vineyards that you wouldn't find in Waitrose and the chain stores.
I was going to point out this little bit here because you've got all these lovely boxes full of fruit and veg, and then there's one that's just straw. And then she said to me, when you remove the straw, you got your potatoes that are sleeping.
Yes.
There they are. Oh, that's a little bit like that. What do they call that thing where it has, you listen to things that make slight noises? I'm going to say MBSR, which is mindfulness-based stress reduction. That's what I'm going straight for. MMR, MBR. You know, you hear something like, so when you talk quietly, it's like a sensual thing. Doesn't sound very sensual in the fruit and veg shop, do I? But listen, you ready for this? This is a little bit of where you just kind of like, calm, ready?
Do you hear them snoring?
Yes. Oh, that's lovely. That's hay. I should record that. I could put that down as a download for people.
To relax.
Yes, exactly. So what I'm going to do with you now is what I do with everybody that I have a little chat to.
Okay.
Oh, she's getting obsessed with the hay now. Oh,
Yes, well,
cover your potatoes back
Don't
up.
want them to go green.
Exactly. So I'm going to ask you some questions. You don't have to think too much about it, just off the cuff. This is for your perfect home retreat. This is where you can take some time to yourself. And I think getting up for market at midnight, you need a bit of time to yourself as well. Right. What's your favourite day of the week?
Sunday.
Sunday. And what's your favourite time of that day?
Probably mid-morning. No, maybe mid-afternoon.
A little Sunday mid-afternoon, yeah. And where's your favourite place to just chill?
In the winter, the bath.
Oh, nice.
And in the summer, the courtyard at the side of our house.
And also, with regards to items of clothing, what makes you really comfortable? Where can you just relax? What do you wear? What's your favourite item? You know, I got friends, if you go around to theirs, they're always like in jeans and shirts and always very smart.
Yes.
If you come around to us, we're always in our gym jams. We're in our like tracky bottom. We're so casual at home. It's ridiculous. Proper old school gym jams we are all the time.
Oh, I don't really know. Again, I think it's dependent on the time of year, really.
Yeah. Are you a cosy clothing person?
Definitely in the winter, yes.
Do you wrap yourself in straw like your potatoes?
Well, I'd like to, but it's probably full of bugs.
Yes, don't say that. And what about your favourite scent? Sort of thinking of like a candle, or, seeing as we're here in the pantry, any sort of smell that is just your absolute favourite?
In the pantry, definitely the fresh bread.
Oh, I know. I must admit that bread is sat there wafting away. It's absolutely lovely. Fresh bread.
Yes.
Fresh baking. You can't beat that, can you? And what about your favourite food? Your favourite meal? Like I've asked some of your customers, if I could give you a plate of food right now, what would it be? Your ultimate favourite?
I think an afternoon tea.
An afternoon tea.
Yes.
Nice. Well, that's very classy. And what about your favourite drink? Non-alcoholic or alcoholic, whatever.
Gotta
that
be
would
champagne.
Champagne. Oh, yes, she really is classy. We are in Eton, aren't we? And what about, do you have any favourite magazines or books? Nothing like a novel, but something you just sort of flick through, something casual. Do you have anything like that?
You're going to be thinking I'm a snob if I tell you.
Oh, what?
No, I like home and garden and country life.
We are setting a standard on this podcast. We have gone up a level. So listen, your upgrade your day home retreat. We should say you're drinking champagne. You're in a bath drinking champagne. That's what you're doing on a Sunday afternoon. I think that's it.
Wow.
So
I'm leaving now.
I was going to say, yes, forget all the others. Let's just do that. Your ultimate home retreat is on a Sunday afternoon drinking champagne in the bath. And you know what? That's something to remember. So when you're doing your early morning, your midnight trips to the to the markets, remember somewhere along the line, whether it's once a week or once a month or whenever, you need to make sure you've got a little glass of champagne in the bath on a Sunday afternoon and treat yourself.
Don't you worry, Martin. The shop will be shut.
Forget about the bake and the bread. Let's just put you in the bath with the champagne. So do you want to just take a moment to say where people can find you, social media? Have you got a website? What's going on? Tell us.
We do have a website. It's currently in the making. I can't remember the web address. But you can look us
Well, you've
up.
been busy. You've been busy. We'll put it on the link anyway.
Oh, I forgot to mention my preserves.
Oh, hang on. She's got preserves
sorry.
as well.
So this was a recommendation from our fruit supplier
Yeah.
for this lady. She makes them in Sussex. It's a home company.
Oh.
And her lemon and lime marmalade won double gold, so she was allowed to stock it in Fortnum and Mason on her own label.
Oh, that is lovely.
Yes.
Now, I have to admit, again, we'll put pictures on the social media.
Brilliant.
Homemade in Sussex. What's the
Yes.
company called? We can give her a
Perfectly
shout.
preserved.
What's it called?
Perfectly preserved.
Perfectly preserved. Does she sell online as well?
I don't think so, but she's the only one who stocks it apart from our shop at the moment.
Ah.
So it's Seville marmalade with cocoa nibs and coffee.
Ooh.
So very unusual. And she also does this very unusual marmalade, mandarin lime and basil, which is based on Joe Malone.
Oh my gosh. Now you see, that's a home retreat, eating this mandarin lime and basil and wearing the same Joe Malone. I mean, what a lovely thing to do. And I'm looking here, the lemon and lime, that is full of real lemons and real limes. That's absolutely beautiful. See, that's what's good about these little local shops, is it stocks things that you wouldn't necessarily find in a supermarket. And even though supermarkets are great for what they do, sometimes we need to go there and get, cheap as chips things, whatever's going on. Not everyone can afford everything, blah, blah, blah. But blackberry, blood orange and ginger. What's that, like a marmalade?
Yes, like a
Wow.
preserve.
That looks absolutely amazing. And when you look at the ingredients, blackberries, sugar, blood orange juice and zest ground ginger. That's it. None of the sort of nasty
Preservatives.
stuff, none of the things that has to sit on a shelf for years and years and years. That's lovely. We'll give her a little shout out. Perfectly preserved. How lovely is
And
that?
when you open the jar, it won't last long. It's so delicious.
What was the one you said about the
bread?
the coconut? What was it
Oh
called?
no, the
Oh, coffee and cocoa nibs.
Yes.
Are you on Facebook, Instagram?
we're on Instagram.
Under
the
what's
Eton Pantry.
the Eton Pantry. So check out Instagram, the Eton Pantry, and you'll be able to see all the lovely things. And if you're local or you're ever coming to Berkshire and you come to Eton to look at Winter Castle or Eton College, pop in, say hello to Anna Maria. She'll give you a little coffee. You can have a little mooch about the shop and get some lovely, lovely things. And be part of this new business. And do you know what? We're all about supporting new business.
And we love our customers. And we love our locals.
Thank you.
And the local celebrity.
Well, celebrities are very small words for me. I'll say that right now. But thank you so much. It's lovely chatting to you, and I hope you have a lovely Saturday.
Thank you.
Enjoy
You too.
it. My husband been in, bought a load of stuff, so I'm looking forward to trying our roasted fennel tart later on,
Which you'll be making.
which I'll be making. See what happens. I'm just going to try it.
I think it'll be amazing.
Well, I might drop some round to you tomorrow. We'll see. We'll give it
Don't break
go.
a tooth.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much for our chit chat today,
Thank you
darling.
very
Thank
much.
you very much. So that was the lovely Anna Maria from, and I should point out, I did get the name right in the end. Anybody that comes to watch pantomime at the Theatre Royal Windsor will know that when I do the shout out at the end, I am terrible with names, absolutely terrible. That's no excuse, but now I've got it. Anna Maria from Eton Pantry here in Eton. I just wish her all the success in the world. As we mentioned, opening a new business at the moment isn't easy, especially when it comes to relying on footfall, but I wish her all the very best. So if you're here, pop in, go and buy something, grab a coffee, have a little chat, mention the podcast. You never know, you might get something free. She's got some lovely sweets, all those little cola bottles of things. She's got a few jars of them. She might chuck you a couple if you mention the podcast. Who knows? And I should just mention also that if you're new to listening to this, there's over 20, crikey, almost 30 podcasts now available where I talk to people about ways to upgrade your day, to put a little cherry on the top, to give a little bit of a kick at the bum if that's what we need, to just enjoy the day a little bit better. From the crystals to talking about the moon, photography, we talk about acting, and there's some lovely ones coming up soon with regards to comedy, and a few others that I'll leave as a surprise, but there's lots to listen to, so check them out. And also, if you are listening to anything online, I should mention I've got my Spotify playlist, Upgrade Your Day, songs picked by all my upgraders that follow me on social media, songs that just give their day a little bit of a sparkle, a little bit of an upgrade, so check that out. And also, while I'm doing a little plug, remember that my 8-week mindfulness and self-compassion course is booking for April 2023. There's one online on a Monday night starting on the 17th of April, and one in person here in Windsor and Eton on the Tuesday the 18th. So those courses start in April. And also remember, I have my Sunrise Spring Ramble in March, where we go out just before the sunrise, go out in the dark as a group and witness the first sunrise of spring. And also in May, I have my Spring Ramble, which is a little bit later. We start at 10 o'clock here in Eton and go on a lovely 2-hour ramble around Windsor and Eton, places that most people that even live here have never visited. We go out and about and it's lovely, nice and calm, a little bit of a mindful practice. We do a little meditation halfway through, but if that's not your thing, doesn't matter, you can just sit and enjoy the river for 10 minutes. Whatever you want to do, it's completely up to you, but we do a little mindful ramble. If anyone's interested, to come along, and it's all on the website www.upgradeyourday.co.uk. So once again, thank you to Anna Maria from the Eton Pantry, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone.